Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Aurora 4X. Sorry for the hiatus. I got really a little bit kind of stressed out and frustrated with the very end of the last episode, and I didn't want to record ahead because I had a feeling that there'd be a lot of helpful comments in that video, and I just didn't want to struggle through 2 more episodes not knowing what the hell was going on and just getting more and more frustrated, because I figured that'd make a pretty poor viewing experience. So I do apologize if you've been wondering where the series went. It's not on hold. Like, I'm really enjoying this campaign. I'm having a great time playing Aurora. Again, we're only going to play roughly 1 episode a day just because it is such a high-detail game that I do think we need help. So, I figured it out. Thank you again to the very helpful comments. In fact, I'll mention his name. One of the guys who helped us out, Koros. So, here's where we were left off, right? We were trying to take there's the FB Majestic, and then we had this other task group that had the fighters in it, right? The FTR... the Vikings, there's 8 of them, 2 of them have lost their engines, and I kept trying to assign them to a fighter base, right? That's what FB stands for. And so what I had been doing was saying task groups, FB Majestic 001, and then land on and assign, and then I was like, going like this, okay, yeah, that's the one. So I'm double-clicking here, right? Doesn't work. So I double-click here, throws an error, and I'm just like, what the hell? Assign to land on, nothing. And this is where it's like the interface is just kind of squirrely, apparently. You got to actually do this. FB Majestic, land on, select mothership, add move. Normally, you double-click on actions available, and that works fine. If I say, Mercury, move to, done. Move to Mercury. It works perfect. If I go and I say, again, Mercury, move to, add move. It works perfectly. So one would assume that you could double-click these and it would make sense. But no. You've got to click, and you have to apparently click add move. It's just one of those things. I'm so glad I didn't record ahead because there's 0 chance I would have figured this problem out. So there we have it. Assign to and land on FB Majestic 001. So hopefully this task group will merge in with the other task group, and we will have these fighters in the FB Majestic, which, if I remember correctly, again, granted it's been like 3 or 4 days since Friday since I played this last. The Majestic has its components. It has a number of hangar decks of 4, so it can hold these ships. They were 365 tons each, so 4,200 divided by like 365. We've got room for 11.5 fighters, and there's only 10 of them, 8 of which can actually, fly to the ship or fly to the fighter base. And yeah, we'll go from there. Now, there are some other things that I've read, and I'm again very glad for the comments. So, we designed a ship that's going to do absolutely nothing, apparently. It was the Yoda class tug, which we've designed, and I think even didn't I assign to a thing? Task group assigned class is the tug Yoda. It's currently doing nothing. We're not actually building it. That's probably good, because even though I built a ship, it doesn't have a ship-to-ship tractor beam, so it can't tow anything. So that's dumb. Let's see. So we got a 160 engine power commercial nuclear pulse engine, 4 of them. And I need to remember how to play this game for just a moment. You'll have to deal with me. It was racial tech, which was that one. Engines. I want to see just a little bit more about this engine we've designed. Size 50, power. Okay, so the fuel efficiency's good. I'm wondering if I had designed this at... let's just go into the design interface and see if I designed it as a 40% or 50% modifier. Because it seems like a lot of the guides that I've been reading say that you should pretty much get it down to commercial status, so 50. But then other than that, you don't really need to go any smaller. So yeah, we could have a 200 engine power one. Is it really worth 500 research points to generate another one at this point? Probably not. But in the future, I think maybe we will go for that extra power. Then again, there's some other people in the comments who are saying you should pretty much always go with the absolute smallest thing possible because fuel's valuable. But I don't know if that's true. I feel like some power is good. Anyway, so we're going to go in. We're going to go to our tug, Yoda. The tug, Yoda class tug. That's such a weird name for a tug ship. Anyway, we need to add a ship-to-ship tracker. Sorry, copy design. And I don't think we have it researched just yet. We have cargo handling systems, asteroid mining modules. There's a couple of bits of research that I apparently need to research. So let's see if we can find those things. We definitely want to at some point get out a terraforming module. Right now we're working on engineering section There's the orbital habitat module. That's what we want to build. And again, these comments are so helpful. Thank you again. I don't know why I didn't realize in my mind, in my like mental image, a planetary defense center was like something that could be in space, right? Like it's a thing that could protect from the orbit, like from an orbit. But no. Planetary defense center is like underground. It's like a nuclear missile silo or something. So we need to not do planetary defense centers because they won't work for any of those things. What we do need to do is the orbital habitat module, which we can do as a useful for space stations. So I get it now. So we'll work on that. I'm just going to take the time to play just a little bit slower and just make sure we're not, missing some of the stuff that's fairly important for what I want to achieve. Energy weapons is probably not where we're looking. Logistics probably is going to be in logistics, if I had to guess. Colonization, construction brigade, flag bridge, houses a task force command staff. No clue what that does. Large fuel storage would be useful, I think. There's the ship-to-ship tractor beam. A tractor beam capable of attaching one ship to another. That's what we need to actually be able to make our tug useful. So let's drop a few research labs from this guy. We'll cut him in like half. These researchers are important, but we want to add in the ship-to-ship tractor. Jonathan Higgins is going to take over with apparently 0% bonus. That seems pretty stupid. Let's have Wiz do it instead. Wiz is just, we got Wiz and Johan. I mean, they're freaking awesome. So 17th of May of 39. It's not going to take too long to get the ship-to-ship tractor beam. Other than that, let's just go 5 days and see if these ships will merge with their thing. FB Majestic 001 number 2 has completed its orders. Does that mean that we no longer have that task group? Yes, we do. So now, FTR Viking 002 MS FB MS. What would MS stand for, do you think? Probably something about it being assigned is my guess. It lives there. We're gonna assume that means that it worked. Pretty sure. Maintenance clock 1.5. Let's see if that goes down in 5 days. 1.5. 5 days is probably maybe too short of a period of time. Nope, definitely worked. Now we're at 1.44. Okay, so these ships are assigned properly. Let's see if we can go and locate our other fighters. I'm thinking it's number 1 and number 3, the ones that have 1 kilometer per second. So how do we fix it? Repair cost. That's the cost to repair it. So what if since we know these ships, if we say, how can I zoom to it? I know I can zoom to task groups, but I don't know how to, go to the ship from this screen. Deactivate all active sensors. Also, I understand that we do need to change our carrier class type ship to include active sensors. I understand now. I was a little confused in the previous video because people were like, you didn't put a fire control on it. And then I looked at it and yeah, we definitely did put a fire control on the Viking class fighter. It's got one right there, fire control. So fire control, that's the thing that the ship uses to control its weapons. But without active sensors, we can't aim at anything. So what we'll do is, rather than put active sensors on every individual fighter, the carrier will carry active sensors for us, and it will kind of send out the signal to the fighters, and they will do the targeting with their fire control, but the sensors are going to be provided for by the carrier. So we'll need to upgrade our carrier, which, if I remember correctly, is not the gold class, or the go-to, or the rock digger. I'm going to have to get rid of some of these, aren't I? The Majestic was the fighter base. And it is a planetary defense center. Interesting. Okay, so I have accidentally created ground hangars. Cool. So our ships have actually landed on the planet then, because this is a planetary defense center. Got it. Okay, so we want to design a new thing that's going to actually be like a ship that they can move around in, an actual carrier. But let's probably not worry about that just yet. It's a fairly small thing. Let's let some time go. So we're going to go 30-day chunks because I know that I've started to play much slower, which I don't like. Colonel Jessica Rhodes has been promoted. Okay, there's no longer any unrest on that place. Research into the orbital habitat module has commenced. We have recently completed research into the small engineering section. Good. The Yoda 001 has been built on Earth. Is it bad that I don't even remember what the Yoda class does? Yoda was our tug. Great. So we've got a Yoda class ship. Let's do nothing with it. Now we'll just let it sit there for now. We're probably going to have to repurpose it after we get the new technology and upgrade the Yoda copy. So let's rename this to the Yoda Mark II. And it's not done yet, but once we get more technology, we'll be able to do something with it. Okay. New jump point found in the Sol system. Unrest is now rising in Mars yet again. Jacob Gordon has joined us. Cool. Okay, people are getting better at stuff. The game paused, probably because of with the jump point. I'm guessing. Must be what caused it to pause. Okay. Geological survey sensors on it has suffered a maintenance failure. Repairs have been carried out that require 100 maintenance supplies. Damn. Alright, well, those types of things are bound to happen. Looks like we have overcrowding on Mars and we need more military protection. So let's just take a quick look at the Viking Mark II and what was different about it versus the Viking Mark I. It's a little bit faster. We had modified the deployment down to 0.07. 30 days times 0.07 was 2 days out. That's fine. Was there anything else about this that we really wanted to change? I mean, we haven't researched new weapons. The number of days at full power is probably superfluous, right? Is there any way we can lower the fuel usage? Or, you know what? Here, we have new engineering spaces now. We don't necessarily need to have the larger engineering space. This is a size component of 50. We can cut the engineering size in half. That's going to save us 25 hull size. 25 times 50. No way, that's wrong. It's going to save us... The rating, I think, is the size. It's going to save us, like, some tons. Wait a second. Component summary. Oh, did we not actually have engineering spaces on this thing at all? I guess I'm crazy, aren't I? I'm crazy, yeah. No need for engineering spaces. Crew quarters fighter. Only 3 crew. Wow, that's way smaller than I thought. I remember it being. 3 crew from 13 crew. Jesus. Crew quarters small. Is that because of like the fire control and everything, or why is... Maybe, did we not have crew quarters fighter even researched at the time? Maybe that's why. Or no, it's got to be the deployment time. That's what it is. That's what's changed it. Alright, let's just stop worrying about that quite so much. And see what we could change. So the weapon tech's the same. The reactor's the same. Fire control's the same. Armor is fine. The engine itself is fine. Fuel storage small. We now have fuel storage tiny. Let's switch to this tiny storage. Get rid of the small. So now we're even smaller and we can travel faster. And we have 8 days at full power, which is still kind of overkill. Which is fine. I wonder, just out of curiosity, if I like drop this down to 3 days, does that change anything at all? It's the same exact size. .15 takes us to 7 crew. 4, 3, 2. 0.1 deployment time is where we're at 3 crew. So we might as well have 0.1 over 0.05 if there's no advantage. Because it just means that they can be out for a little tiny bit longer before they start to have performance issues. This seems fine. Okay. I'm going to call that one good. This is a fighter, so we're going to just be able to order up some new ones because, you know, the moon or Mars, one of them's upset about us. So we're going to go to Earth, we're going to go to fighters, and we're going to make some Viking 2s. Let's order up, like, I don't know, 100 of them. Maybe it's too much, but let's just do it. Eventually, someone had a great comment in the last video saying that we should consider creating like little missile ships, but I kind of like the idea of doing lasers. I just like lasers. I also wonder if we should do the spinal mount laser. We'll see. Viking Mark II, 01, 2, and 3 were all made in the last month and assigned to New Fighters Earth. A fire control on a Viking has suffered a maintenance failure. Insufficient maintenance supplies were available. So, this is Viking 003. This is one of the ships that's just kind of stranded at space. And I really don't know how to salvage them. What if we just destroy it? Just, you know, shoot it out of the sky. Abandoned ship manual damage. Armor status. It's got four rows of armor, 2 deep. Let's just play with this a little bit. Apply damage. Go. Damaged system. Composite armor. Nuclear pulse engine. So that's the damage that got applied apparently. Do it again. And it actually hit in the same spot. Do it again. So, as is losing armor, ship destroyed. Well, that solves that problem. No record of ship. Yep. So apparently I need to like reload that list because that ship doesn't exist anymore. Sorry, those pilots are dead. We could click abandoned ship. I'm just trying to learn a little bit more about how damage works. Current damage control assignment would be if we had a damage control system, we could try to repair stuff. It's already damaged. Let's just try abandoned ship. Did that do anything? It did. Yep, it's just gone. And now we don't have to deal with that issue anymore. So these fighters are now assigned. I think if I assign new fighters to that planetary defense center, that's not going to work because they don't fit. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Just one second. It's getting too hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, okay. Unused ordnance capacity. We're making automated mines and construction factories. Research is looking fine. It's going to take until May of next year for really anything interesting to happen. So let's go. We should be seeing lots of pop-ups about stuff. Viking 001 life pods have run out of endurance. All 10 crew have perished. Oh, that's sad. Oh well. We've made 2 more ships. You know, I don't like the pop-up spam about these fighters, but I don't think that there's much that I can really do about it. What is this little X thing? I'm guessing that that's saying that there are, yeah, wrecks. 350-ton wrecks. Okay, well, perhaps at some point we can learn how to do salvage missions. I feel bad about the 17 brave souls that, you know, decided to fly around for no reason. Yeah, the game's just going to pause on me every single tick now because I've got to making things. Now, I know I could do subpulse, the length of each movement, or I could do minimum increment and just advance like 90 days. But, okay. 10,000 tons was added to SpaceX on Earth. It's probably a good reason at the time that I wanted that thing to get up to that class size. The SC, the Survey Class Discovery, is it that we made the Discovery that size? No, I don't have any ships that are that size. SpaceX is at 20,000 tons. You know why I wanted it at 20,000 tons? Is that I just wanted to be able to do that missile layout. That's why. Now I remember. So all of our slipways available. Go-to is kind of a waste. It's currently retooling to the gold class. And these names don't tell me anything about what they do. Gold class asteroid miner. It had asteroid mining modules. See, now I'm more interested, I think, in doing like the orbital habitat strategy where you just have a big thing that you tug around versus a ship that can move around. But we'll knock this one out, I guess. I think that this one's not going to require crew. It's not going to require like people. I don't know about the orbital habitat, though, how that would work. So, unrest is continuing to arise on Mars. Barely. Luna should be getting better, I hope. Luna expects 27 protection now. They have 81 because these ships keep coming out. We should see in here unrest decreasing. Yes, in Luna. Okay. As long as that's happening, then things are going better. The political reliability bonus of Arnold Schwarzenegger has gotten better. Oh, 15 active research labs. I completely missed that last month was the month where both of our things got complete. Alright, okay, so research. We have now 15 research labs that are available. What was it that we had completed? Ship-to-ship tractor beam is now done, as is orbital habitat module. Okay, so, as I understand it, we could design an orbital habitat. And an orbital habitat is what I had previously believed to be a orbital habitat. Yes. Auto rename. Select name. I don't know. The Boer. This would be like where we could design like a terraforming base, possibly a miner. I guess I don't really want to do it just yet. I like the idea of doing a terraforming base. That was a really cool concept that somebody had. So, can we retire the Viking? Like, delete this class. This class cannot be deleted as there are ships in this class in either naval or civilian service. An alternative is to obsolete this class and set this window to hide obsolete designs. That's kind of what I want to do. Okay, so we need to obsolete this class. Hide obsolete, yes. So now we can go to the Viking 2. Make the selected component obsolete. I don't think a component is a class. No component selected. Okay. View tech. Well, this is where we design ships, so this... Checking this box will stop this class appearing list. Okay, so it's up here. Yes, so the regular Viking is now considered obsolete. So my guess is that the next time that I open this ship screen, it will no longer be in the list. Correct. Okay. So the Yoda Mark II, we don't yet want to obsolete. The Discovery Mark II... is fine. Alright. Now that we have the ship-to-ship tug, we can go to our Yoda-class tug. And I think we would normally want the ship to be a lot larger. So, this design is classed as a commercial vessel for maintenance purposes. It's only 10,700 tons. People had said that tugs only go at 70 kilometers a second, but apparently that's not true anymore. I'm not sure who's right. I guess we're going to find out soon. So the Yoda-class Mark II needs its ship-to-ship tractor beam. Do not forget the ship-to-ship tractor beam, they say. The Yoda-class II is now 11,250 tons. And the Yoda-class is assigned to 11,000. So can we just add like 500? It'll take till July, like a couple weeks. Let's go find something for our research labs to work on. This is going to be done fairly quickly as well. I think terraforming module is a great idea. We've now added 500 tons to the Ross Sutton Naval Shipyard. And as Viking Mark II has slowed to 1 kms due to damage, it has been detached from New Fighter's Earth. Crap. So, again, we're building a whole bunch more fighters. And we don't have anywhere to put them. So, it's the same problem I had before. We could just build more planetary defense centers? Planetary defense centers are not made at shipyards, so why don't we just make a freaking huge one? Let's just... Okay, it's going to be the Majestic class bigger fighter base. right? Let me just confirm. Yeah, the Majestic's not one of the ships we've assigned. There's no reason to make it 5,000 tons. It's going to be on the ground. PDC, fighter base. Copy the design. It's got armor. That's fine. Hangar decks. A bridge. A bridge in a planetary defense center. Okay, whatever. We're going to just add some serious capacity. If we're queued up 100 ships and the Viking Mark II was 342 tons, 100 times 342 is fairly easy math. Let's make this thing like 100,000 size. We've got just regular hangar decks right now. I was making them small thinking that we had to actually make them in a ship. Obviously, you would not want to put engines on this. I don't even know that you can. Hangar decks. Why did it need to be 50,000 tons? The size of it doesn't matter. It's the hangar deck storage. Okay, let me do this one more time. I need to be able to store 100 ships at 342 tons. So I need to be able to hold 350,000. I wanted to make it, okay, I wanted to make a ship that could hold 100,000 tons. Not that it needs to be 100,000 tons. So, if right now we have 560 hangar space available, with 28 hangar decks. Each hangar deck provides hangar deck capacity. I forget exactly how much. Let's just do this. Remove 100. Add 1. Each hangar deck can hold 1,000 tons. So I want 100 of them. There we go. We can hold 100,000 tons. Done. Good. It's fine. Make it. Industry. Build Planetary Defense Center. Majestic 2. With 1 at 90%. Create. Automated mines. You can finish those. Those will be done 8th of March. That's... I kind of need this more. So we'll move you down. The PDC Majestic 2 will be done 29th of July, 2040. So in about a year, we can have this thing to hold all these ships. Now, what did it do with the actual New Fighters Earth? I have no idea. Zero comprehension for how to salvage these ships after they have been, like, lost. Like, when their engine breaks down. So... maybe if they're in orbit around Earth or nearby Earth, if we just build some maintenance supplies on Earth. Why don't we just try that and see what happens? I know I've seen... yeah, maintenance supplies. Just build maintenance supplies. They're cheap. Let's try building, like... they cost 0.25 each, so... so 100 would be 25... 1,000. Let's just build like 1,000 of them. Let's even make those before the Majestic. I guess we find out what happens. Construction of maintenance supplies has been completed. 15 inactive research labs on Earth. We must have finished something else. Additional maintenance storage. Okay. At this point, I'm starting to like not be sure of what I want to research. I know that I wanted salvage module 500. I guess we could try it. 5,000 research points for that though seems pretty expensive. We're going to want to be able to do terraforming. Again, our best person is in construction and production, so we'd like to be spending a lot of time doing that, but at the same time, we just need everything else. So Richard Dawkins, power and propulsion. Why don't we at least give him some work to do? Okay. New things are done. Engines are breaking down. It's a big, big problem. Stuff has been failing again. Every single tick we're gonna have failures on all these ships. And yet we're still knocking them out, you know, 3-4 ships per month. Just so that they can have failures. Maybe I should just pause the production of these ships. I think that'd be a good idea. Let's go to industry, Vikings, pause production. A pebble bed reactor has insufficient maintenance supplies. Must repair for available maintenance supplies 0. Current maintenance clock. So, is there a way for me to... Here's the best part. We're making these ships with like 3-day deployment time, and they just sit around in space or whatever for like a year. It's great. Can we see how many maintenance supplies we have? In theory, maintenance facility maximum ship size 1,000 tons. The fighters are smaller than that. And if we have maintenance supplies, yeah, we have 3,000 maintenance supplies available. So, in theory, they should be able to use those, but I guess that's not how it works. Maybe fighters are different. Maybe fighters have to be in a mothership to be able to use maintenance supplies. Okay, 15 inactive research labs. Gas-cooled fast reactor technology. That was pretty damn fast. At least it felt like it. Well, Richard Dawkins, why don't you now work on the ion drive? We'll just keep on making better engines. Soon we'll have the terraforming module. And how much longer until we... Whoa! Okay, reassignment period. Bunch of stuff fell apart. System has a total of 6 jump points. We've discovered all of our gravitational survey points. And the PDC Majestic number 2 is 0.19 away from completion. So August. We're only a couple more ticks away. Let's just at least get this knocked out. Get these ships assigned in. And then we'll wrap it up for today. Alright, so SC Discovery Mark II is having issues. Its orders are to do these things and there are none available. So let's just remove orders. So no default. And did we finish? Orders not possible. Yes, we have inactive labs. Which means last month, accidentally, I finished the terraforming module and I didn't notice because there's just too much crap on the screen. So that's inefficient, but it's okay. Couldn't be bad to get the genome research thing kicking up. I mean, we're going to want to be able to... Sorry, the terraforming research rate up. We're going to want to do that soon. So we have the ability to make terraforming modules now. We could build a big, huge terraforming center. Orbital habitat. Which is probably a ship worth designing. How much longer on that thing? Is it done yet? 0.02. Okay, well, let's just go 5 days. Fire control has failed. Apparently 5 days was not enough. Construction of the PDC Majestic Mark II has been completed. Let's go ahead and get these guys assigned into their new ship. So we've got the FB Majestic 01. Let's call this, I mean, we'll just keep this as is. Oh, it added the Mark II to this same fleet. Let's rename this task group to Earth PDC, Earth PDCs. And let's base those ships in the fighter, new fighter's Earth. Your order is going to be to go with task group, the Earth PDC's task group, land on specified mothership, the Mark II, add move. Assign to and land on FB Majestic Mark II. Good. 5 days. They've now completed their task. We can now resume fighter production. Starting to maybe get this unpaused. So we're going to make more Vikings. New fighters are going to go to Earth PDCs. If there's hangar space available in the fleet, the fighter will be assigned to an appropriate mothership. So it looks like it's automatic. Okay, and is that remembering that? Because it didn't actually have a confirmation. I think we just say Earth PDCs and it will go there. Okay, well hopefully that'll work. Don't actually know. There's still going to be a bunch of damaged ships that are out there. Looks like these 5 that are not listed. Like everyone else is, you know, hiding. I have no idea what our civilian sector is doing right now. Recent deliveries. Apparently they've been moving infrastructure and colonies and stuff. Currently they're moving infrastructure. That's about it. Okay. Okay, well, I feel better about where we were at the end of the last episode compared to the end of the last episode. Next, I would like to design a terraforming orbital center that we can tug around. I'd like to... Oh, you know what? Shoot, I totally forgot about this, didn't I? We were already working on it. The Yoda class tug. We created the Yoda 2. We have the ship-to-ship tractor. And we had already upgraded the size of it. So this whole time I should have been retooling to the Yoda class tug Mark II. 25th of August. No, 20th of February. So a couple months, and then we'll have the Yoda Mark II. We can probably refit the existing Yoda to the Mark II with the actual ship-to-ship tractor. And then we already have kind of a crappy tug. So maybe in the next episode we'll focus primarily on designing that new terraforming base, or possibly, if it can be done, a ship that can mine. I'm wondering, if you make an orbital command center and you put automated mines on it, can it work? Also, if you put an orbital command center, is that what it's called? Orbital command center? Orbital habitat. Or if you make an orbital habitat, this is obsolete, we need to obsolete this thing. If you make an orbital habitat with regular mines, does it need people on it, and can the orbital habitat carry people? And if so, how many? And so how many mines can it support? Those types of questions are important. So if you know the answer to that, please do answer and help me out. Let's go to the Majestic, and we're going to obsolete this one. And try to keep this list sort of clean. The Yoda class, we can obsolete. And we'll go from there. All right, thank you for watching, everyone. Again, this series is definitely going to continue, and I do appreciate your feedback. Thank you once again. I'll see you again in the next episode. See you soon.